What's going on, ladies and gents? Jake, aka Countdown, and DeMarco, bringing you once again some more of our WWE knowledge right to your minds. I'm not alone, as always. I've got the man, the myth, the legend, Cody Onidi 316 in the house. What's going on, my good friend?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing very well. I know you're hungry and I'm forcing you to work at dinner time, but guess what? The fans are calling. They want to know. Do you and I know our stuff? So this was submitted to us by a fan. They want to know, can we pass the test? You're going to keep track of how many we get right. So let's get right into this. It's going to be a bit of a fun quiz, and unlike others, we're gonna pretty much know that whether we're right or wrong right away. We don't have to wait to the end for a false answer key that's not provided. Here we're all right. So let's get into it, ladies and gents. Let's do it. Which superstar's entrance music contains the lyrics, "They broke the mold when they made me"?
I think we starting off with a little easy one here, or
Let's see. You go ahead and answer first.
I say Dolph Ziggler.
That's exactly the correct answer. I'm going to say I agree with Dolph Ziggler. Locked it in. Let's see. Dolph Ziggler, we're 1 for 1. Look at that. Question 2. Which of the following championships has John Cena never held?
I think the Intercontinental Championship, in my opinion.
You know, I think you're right. We're going to lock that in. Intercontinental Championship. Let's see. Hey, we got it right as well. Look at that. We're on a roll here. Let's
Doing good.
Go up. Edge and Christian's famous 5-second poses were, according to them, for the benefit of those with...
What do you think? I think with the benefits with those with flash photography.
That's right, flash photography. I was one of those. You know, I remember I actually had the early iteration of the mini Polaroid. So it had like a flash that popped up out of it. It looked like a wedge kind of on it, and it would give you the smaller Polaroids, but it was a higher quality than normal square Polaroids. And, you know, because it had the flash and it had a small zoom on it, but they would print out of the side, and the refills were super expensive. But I recall my father chasing China down the entrance ramp, and he got a Polaroid of her butt that he was so proud of. So I'm going to say flash photography, and flash photography. We got it. Look at that.
3 for 3.
True or false? At 25 years, 1 month, 13 days old, Yokozuna became the youngest WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Ooh, This one's a little tougher for me here.
At that point, he might have been the youngest. I think at that point he might have been indeed the youngest, because later on it would, you know, be broken several times over. Randy Orton being one, The Rock, another one before that. So I'm gonna say true.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go false.
We're going in between. Let's see here. False. That distinction belongs to Brock Lesnar. You're still up. I'm down. Look at that. But
So
thankfully we're working like a group here. You're saving my ass. We're a team. All right.
Which one did you click?
We got the answer right. It was false. We went with yours. So we locked in.
You know what? We're
the
a
distinction
team, so 4 for 4.
belongs to Brock Lesnar. That's why I'm glad
You
I got
accidentally
here.
said true.
I could have slipped up. Which former member of the Shield is the only one to have held the Intercontinental Championship? Ooh, see, this is no longer accurate with this one, because
they all won it.
They all, yeah. So the first one to hold it was Dean, correct?
Dean, so we'll go with Dean there.
We'll lock in Dean, we'll say that. But let's see. It is Dean Ambrose. All right.
5 for 5.
Which superstar was the first to hold the Divas Championship in 2008? Ooh. Was it Michelle McCool, Maurice Molina, or Mickie James? The first one to hold it. That's a good question. That's a very good question. I think this thing needs to be defended, by the way.
Who was around at the time?
I am the current reigning Jake
gonna challenge
DeMarco
you one day for
show's
that, by the way.
reigning Divas champion. I know you're going to challenge me in a Jello match. It was originally going to be the slippery bathtub match, but the insurance company poo-pooed all over that one. So it's going to be a Jello fight, and I'm all for it for this Divas title. Don't you worry. It's SummerSlam. It's going to be the slipperiest time
all of them
ever.
were around for that time period.
They
right?
all were. That's the thing. And I remember, I think all of them, I remember Mickey held it. I know Michelle McCool held it. I don't know if Melina held it, but I believe, I remember Maurice holding it. Definitely. So I want to say the first one was Michelle McCool.
We'll go with Michelle McCool.
Oh, God. Watch me be wrong. Locked it in. It was Michelle McCool. Hey, and we don't cheat, folks. We're being honest here, so you know. We as you already saw, I got one wrong. So, you want to know a little?
There's
fun?
no possible way for us to cheat because
shout out.
He has it up on his screen, and
I need to clip this. I need to clip this part right here in all sincerity. You want to hear a little bit of a sad story? I have crippling and terrible anxiety at times, as you know. You're well aware of this. Yeah. The moment you start screaming at me, I shut down and turn into a ball of sadness. So. I've gotten better at it, and especially more comfortable being in front of the camera, being live has helped, you know, and it took a lot to come out of my shell to do this. I originally was just being a friend. It wasn't something like I was wholeheartedly into, and it developed into a passion over time. So I went on a friend of the channel, Small Afro Games himself, who is now a massive success. And this is when he had less than 1,000 subs early on. You know, he was at SummerSlam and unveiled the famous Universal terrible title that looked red. And you're like, oh, that pizza. Clip. Yeah, look. Oh, I'm not feeding you right now. I told you got to wait for a snack. You know, if we tally up all the time wasted feeding you, and you're sorry. All right. I'm
sorry. You deprived me of my food.
I know.
Dinner.
I will get you something to eat when I didn't even get through my story that you interrupted. So I go on to Small Afro Games YouTube channel. Jaron Walker invites me on kindly enough. I go there and he decides that, this is going to be a trivia episode, not an interview. And I froze. And even things that I absolutely know the answer to, like usually, as soon as it was, and it wasn't even like going to be seen by millions, like now he gets incredible views. But I got up there and could not even recall anyone's name, record, who won the Rumble. Forget it. I have not gone back to watch it, and I know it's severely overweight and fat Jake as well, so it's like a double hurt.
I know Mets trivia, but like I was put on the spot one time, and I'm like,
Yeah, I believe it. You know, and unfortunately, he was so gracious the way that he went ahead and was just very kind to be so nice about it and give me hints and let's see. I'm trying to see if I can find it while we talk about it, but it was definitely an interesting video. And I'm just happy to see him go ahead and do so well. I'll have to see down the lines. I'm sure it's buried deep somewhere in the ether of YouTube. But let's see here. Which superstar did Shawn Michaels not partner with to capture the WWE World Tag Team Championships? So that would be the. So,
I know he won it with Cena.
Yeah.
That's a not so obvious answer. Triple H, he's definitely won it with. Right?
Diesel and so Jannetty's my guess.
That's what I was assuming too. Jannetty.
All right, locking it in. Jannetty, we got it. All right, fucking right. Everybody's the Marty Jannetty. Are you the Marty Jannetty of this relationship, or am I? I don't know.
Depends. It switches at the
answer carefully. Day, you know? All right, I'll take that as an answer. I was going to say careful. All right, WrestleMania 20. Goldberg defeated Brock Lesnar with this special guest referee.
There's a special guest referee?
Yeah. You don't know this?
What? I forgot there was a special guest referee. Sometimes.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was a special guest ref all the way back at
Okay.
WrestleMania 20, their first match. Yes.
All right. It's from.
Locked it in.
Okay.
That's the answer. I knew that as fact.
When you're
Stone
eating
Cold.
pizza, I was eating and it was in a place of my own.
You said just the word pizza and it showed up. You know,
That's crazy.
that's some incredible power. I only know of one other that has that, and we got to be careful. Copyright trolls are out too.
Let me try it. Money. Oh.
No, didn't work.
Damn it. You try it.
Where's Twitter Ricky? You know, benign racism. Oh, it worked. All right. Which superstar said the following? I am not the biggest, I am not the strongest, but I am damn sure the toughest. Brian, Jamie Noble, Dolph Ziggler, Rey Mysterio. This could fit all of these tiny dwarf bastards. God. It could be Brian, it could be Rey Mysterio.
That's my guess, Brian or Ray.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Ray for some whatever reason. I'm going Rey Mysterio. What are you thinking?
I don't know.
You were right in the last call. You had me beat. So let's see.
I want to go Brian.
All right, we're splitting it up. So long as one of us gets the answer, I guess the team goes forward. But let's see. Daniel Bryan, you went with your gut. I should have. So good on you. I'm 2 strikes down, but still 9.
Did you pick Ray or Brian though?
I picked Brian, so we're still locked in.
So we're technically 9 for 9.
I'm going with you, so you're leading the way. Chris Jericho holds the record for longest intercontinental title reign at 454 days. I say false because that reign originally belonged to the honky-tonk man, not Jericho.
Yes, because then in recent memory we had Gunther
666. Exactly. So false. Locking it in. False. The honky-tonk man. We were right. Look at that. All right. Next question. 11. The longest women's championship reign lasted in the sounding 10,170 days and belongs to which of these WWE Hall of Fame legends? So basically they're asking which, basically. Can I even say that anymore?
Ooh.
Well, still. I mean, Alundra Blaze, Mae Young, Fabulous Moolah, Wendy Richter. I met Moolah and Mae, like I said, on my birthday at an ECW show all those years ago. They were doing signings at like a...
oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, and I didn't have money. I didn't know that they were going to... They were like, I didn't even know you had to pay for autographs at that point. I was young, and they still signed my Taz shirt for me. It was 2001. And they
That's awesome.
Yeah, because they were involved big before. This is like right before the table spot too. But I was so excited to meet them, and they were cool about it. You know, like a young kid. It was his birthday. I was by myself, and they signed my shirt. I still have that somewhere. I got to find it, but I think it's indeed Fabulous Moolah. Who you thinking?
Yes, I was either going to go Mae Young or Fabulous Moolah.
Moolah, indeed.
Yes.
Walking into a Moolah. Let's see here. It is Moolah, indeed, because she controlled every woman. She was indeed top. That's for sure. Gonna get canceled. Which of the following superstars is not billed as being from parts unknown? Oh. The Berserker, Boogeyman, Giant Gonzalez, and Kane. I don't think Kane's from parts unknown.
Kane is parts unknown, right?
He is? I don't think so. I thought he wasn't from parts unknown. I thought...
I believe Kane is parts unknown.
Really? Huh. Giant Gonzalez was I pretty sure fur crotch indeed from parts unknown. I don't know. I'm gonna say Kane wasn't from parts unknown, but what are you saying?
Might as well thinking the Berserker here.
You're thinking the Berserker? Uh-oh.
Or Giant Gonzalez.
I know it's not Giant Gonzalez. He was from parts unknown, but...
The Berserker, then.
You're picking the Berserker? I'm going with Kane. All right, let's find out. We got both here. Oh, we went backwards. It was actually the Boogeyman. We were both wrong. Damn.
Well, first one wrong.
He's not from parts unknown. He's from Boogie Universe. I know Wikipedia and others will be yelling at me in the comments. How did you not know this? Of the following superstars, who is not a former NXT champion? Neville, Tyler Breeze, Big E, or Bo Dallas?
Oh. Do you know this?
I do know the answer.
Okay, we'll go with your gut this time because I actually.
Who do you think? I'm curious. Who do you think is not ever an NXT champion?
There's some of those shocks that are big stars, but
this
they
was
weren't
early on. But Big E was a NXT champion. He used to do the 5 count down there. He was incredible. He would pin guys. He did his big ending, but he was more of like a side slam, and then he would do a 5 count for his pin. It was a good gimmick. Bo Dallas was he was indeed the champion at a point in time, and
I remember that.
So was Adrian Neville. So I believe Tyler Breeze is the only man not to hold the NXT title. And it is indeed the selfie god himself, Mr. Tyler Breeze. True or false, Santino Marella debuted in Milan, Italy, where he defeated Umaga to win the IC title.
Yes.
Yes, that is indeed true. I'm going to go with that with you. True. So far, we only got one real wrong answer. What was the result of the first ever WrestleMania match in 1985? Andre the Giant defeated Big John Studd. Junkyard Dog defeated Greg Valentine. Tito Santana defeated the Executioner. King Kong Bundy defeated Special Delivery.
Ooh. I gave you a Special Delivery. Wait, what?
I think it's Junkyard Dog and Greg Valentine. My memory's so bad, but I want to say that's it. What do you think? First Mania. What's the first match?
That stands out to me. I don't know here because
It could be Bundy Delivery, but I want to say it was Junkyard Dog and Greg Valentine.
Well, let's go with your Junkyard Dog and.
I might be wrong. Let's see. No, it's Tito Santana and the Executioner. I was wrong. I remember it now.
What did you do?
Photo. That's 2. That's 2. That's why my former co-host was excellent at this. I'm bad at trivia. I can't remember shit. I had brain surgery. I keep telling you, I'm a mess. Ugh. All right, let's get into it next. You know what's funny though? Like the upcoming shows or cards we just saw, I have such a hard time recalling what we just saw. I have to really think back. Complete the following sentence. I'm the Miz and I am adequate. I got it.
Why wouldn't it be adequate? Okay, that's the obvious answer. Right?
All right, we know the real answer. Arrogant.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Okay, you're right. Arrogant.
All right. I locked it in.
But arrogant. You know what? I'm just going to want to get...
It's awesome. All right. Which superstar won the inaugural Money in the Bank ladder match in 2005? Shit. Who won the first one? Punk won several. He won it back to back, right? But he wasn't the first. Yeah, because he was early on too. It wasn't. I think it was Rob Van Dam that won the first one.
Oh, was it Rob Van Dam? Because that ECW, right?
I think RVD won the first one. I want to say, and then Edge won.
Is that time period where the whole ECW versus Cena, right?
Oh, no, you might be right with Edge, because then Edge cashed in to become the ultimate opportunist. But I feel like Rob Van Dam had it first because he had the briefcase painted, and that became. I'm going to say RVD just as a shitty answer, and I'm probably wrong. What do you think?
We'll go with your RVD one.
Oh, don't go with me. What do you think? I mean, you can hang me out to dry only so much.
I was stuck between RVD and Edge. But I'm not sure who won it first. That's
who you picking.
We'll go with your answer. We'll go RVD.
All right, locking it in. It was Edge. Should have went with yours. See, I even told you the story.
Look what you did.
Where he went and he cashed in and became the ultimate opportunist. Yeah, I recalled it, but I just have my timeline backwards. Oh, I'm so bad at timeline, and I'm a terrible knowledge.
Right. Everyone,
statistician.
Have a stern talk.
Which superstar did Stone Cold Steve Austin defeat in the 1996 King of the Ring tournament before coining Austin 316?
Was it Bret Hart?
I believe it's Jake the Snake Roberts. That's my guess on this one, because he was going to beat Jake in the finals. Austin got taken to the hospital, and he said, what was his promo about? And he said he was in his God spell and talked about John 3:16. So Austin said, you could take that 3:16, showed up your ass. Austin 3:16 said, I just whooped your ass. And that's what I coined that. So I'm saying it's B, Jake the Snake Roberts, the master of the DDT, just like me over on Horny Goat Wrestling. Make sure you go ahead and check them out. My DDT has been keeping my win streak alive. So, who do you think? What are you thinking here? Are you going with me?
You can't be wrong. You can't be wrong twice here. So we're gonna go with yours.
I have been wrong twice, but twice in a row. I don't know. I'm gonna say Jake the Snake. We're gonna lock
Jake
it in.
Yeah, that sounds more familiar.
All right.
Me now.
And Jake the Snake Roberts.
Okay, we got it.
I knew we'd have something according to it. All right, then. Which of the following superstars has not won the IC title at least 5 times? Oh, Jesus.
RVD, right?
Jericho definitely did. I'm going to say
so did the Miz.
But with this quiz being a bit older, I wonder if the Miz hasn't finished it yet. Like, has he not won it enough as the time of this?
Because the time period, the Shield didn't all win the Intercontinental Championship. And Miz had one on hot potato with Ziggler or whatever.
Yeah. When Rob R sent this, I didn't know it was old, but I do appreciate. And if you guys want or have any video ideas and you want us to react to something or see something or play something, whatever it might be, hit us up on Twitter at Countdown Ended, at Judgment Day Era. You can hit us up there and let us know what your ideas are. We're on Instagram, where all the info is in the description box down below. So Jericho did win it more than 5 times. Miz, I don't know if it's Hardy or RVD. I feel like Jeff Hardy didn't win it 5 times.
Yeah, I don't know if Hardy won it 5 times actually.
I don't think he did.
Did Rob Van Dam?
I think I remember RVD having quite a few reigns with that belt. I can specifically remember him having a few. I mean, I might be way off. My fucking.
Let's go, Jeff.
Brain. Jeff Hardy. All right, log it in. And our answer is success. Hey, we got a little bit of a prop there. Let's see. True or false? The Rock won the WWE World Tag Team Championships pairing with The Undertaker.
Did this happen?
I'm going to say false. What do you think?
They might have teamed before, but they maybe never successfully.
I don't recall them ever winning the titles together, so I'm locking in false. You ready? You agree?
I'm going to go false.
All right.
Yeah, because I don't remember it either.
Let's lock it in. They said it's true. This took place in December 18, 2000 edition of Raw. I have no recollection of this whatsoever. And I rewatched the, all the way through to 2001, not that long ago. Oh, Wayne.
That was our 4th wrong.
We're not doing great here, bud. We're kind of, we're not shitting the bed entirely, but it's getting pretty rough here. I'm gonna need some happy meds shortly. All right. That was a bit of a flub, but we're moving on up. We got this. We just need a little bit of feel good. We gotta get some energy behind us. All right. Which WWE Hall of Famer was the first ever IC champ in 1979? Do you know the answer? Because I do.
I actually don't personally.
All right.
I'll let you take that.
Oh, I got to get the shoulder roll in because I feel a little cocky.
I would either say the only one I really know the most there is Patty Pat, but.
And we're locking it in. Let's lock it in. Pat Patterson. Hey,
it is.
Yeah,
Pat
look at that. That's my boy, Cody. Yeah, look at I got my tassels glowing for the post 4th of July celebrations. Next question. How many WrestleMania events have taken place outside of the United States? WrestleMania. Right? They had. I was about to say
there was
none
one in Canada,
originally.
Right?
Yeah, they had it in the Dome. That was, back at 18.
They also had the Chamber in the Dome.
I mean, you're getting me into it.
Up in Toronto, elimination chamber. Steel cage set, it's cutthroat behavior. Just shake on the mic, spaz up in the dome. Review game so tight, call it YouTube home.
In the summer. Sorry, I'll keep that going forever. I love that one.
I'm gonna go 1.
I'm gonna say 1 as well. I don't think there have been any others since then. So 2, WrestleMania. Oh, I don't. I forgot about 6 being in Toronto as well. Yep.
Wow.
We're terrible. Our knowledge is just piss poor. So many people would slap us right now. Once I see the answer, I'm like, oh, yep, duh, forgot about that. Yeah, Canada's Flair Country. I've totally forgot about 6, but 6 doesn't stand out much to me anyways. Everybody always focuses on the main with Hogan. Like, eh. Any event, in which pay-per-view event did Chris Jericho become the first undisputed champion? Oh, it wasn't Mania, obviously.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, it wasn't Mania. He defeated Stone Cold and The Rock in the same night. I think it was Rock first and Austin later. I want to say it's either A or B. I don't think it's Vengeance. I think it's Unforgiven. Something in me is saying Unforgiven.
We'll go Unforgiven. You know,
well, no.
That was more your timeline, though.
Yeah, but I want to know what you're thinking. Like, don't just go with me. You know,
I know he won it, but I forgot what pay-per-view. I've gone back and watched, but I'm not the pay-per-view. We're gonna go Unforgiven.
Unforgiven, locking it
because
in.
Maybe your memory better than
Vengeance.
What you've done. I think that's our 6th wrong. So, you know, happy pills.
I was talking about how bad I did with trivia on that show, right? And how it just went to shit. It did. Because I know the answers, but then I talk myself out of it. And then
so Jake DeMarco over here is having a little bit of deja vu.
It's like reliving that nightmare. I just start panicking, and
reliving the past that you never wanted to relive, but here you are reliving it with me, sucker. So now, look what you've done. You put us in a position where we
got it, Cody. I took the happy pills. We got it. We're gonna boot and rally. We got this. FSA, full speed ahead.
Just relax. Everyone
fuck
just
shit up too, right? FSU.
Yeah, you know it.
All right. Complete Ric Flair's famous catchphrase: "To be the man, you've got to beat his dick." Right?
You know.
That's what my creepy uncle used to say all the time. He was like, "To be the man, you got to."
Jesus. You know, I thought that was our catchphrase for our other show on another website.
Yeah. The man, obviously. You got to beat the man. Let's waste no time. Lock it in.
Yeah, okay. That's obvious.
We got that. The man, Becky Lynch, indeed. True or false, Shawn Michaels holds the record for the time of longest man in the Royal Rumble with 102.12 set in 2006. I think it was true then, but I don't think it stands anymore now. So we've had
it was set in 2006. He set it that was Ray set the record, right?
I thought Ray did. All right, so I'm going to say false. Right?
I'm going to go false.
All right, false.
Yeah.
False. Rey Mysterio, you're right. But even since then, that no longer stands, because who took it since then? Somebody else did.
I think they technically give it to Bryan, but I don't count that Rumble, right? Because it was the greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and that shouldn't. So, all right, 26. TLC 2013. Ugh. World Heavyweight title and WWE title were unified, with this superstar becoming the first ever World Heavyweight champion.
Let's not waste this. I know this one. Randy.
It is Randy Orton, indeed. So, poor Bryan never had a chance. Locking it in. Randy Orton. Indeed, I remember that.
I hear voices.
I still do. Which superstar won the inaugural Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 30? I see him in the background there. I remember this
exact moment.
Yeah. Cesaro.
The king of swing himself.
Yeah, he went ahead and he picked up the Big Show and did the Andre body slam.
They homage to the Hogan and Andre thing. They paid homage to the Hogan and Andre.
Yeah, he tossed him right over the top. It was a big moment. Cesaro, show us your trophy. There we go. 2 to go. Well, technically 3, but 2 after this. Honky Tonk Man lost his IC title to the Ultimate Warrior at SummerSlam 88. He was originally scheduled to face who? Big Boss Man, Junkyard Dog, Rick Rude, or Brutus Beefcake? Oh,
this one I don't know.
I think it was Rick Rude, but I'm not positive. I'm bad at remembering.
We'll go with your gut on this one.
I'm probably way off. All right, let's go for it. Rick Rude. It was Brutus Beefcake.
Fair. Okay. We got this. It's okay.
All right. It's what, 9 wrong? No, 8, 9. What are we up to for wrong answers?
We got 7 wrong.
7, okay. All right. We can come back. There we go. 2 to go. True or false? Legendary manager Bobby the Brain Heenan once fought the Red Rooster in a match at WrestleMania 5.
I don't recall this, but was this true?
I believe this is true. It was at 5, right? True. There we go. I didn't know if it was 4 or 5, but last one. Which superstar enjoyed the longest single reign with the Divas title at 301 days?
Was it Nikki?
Who held it the longest? Was it AJ Lee, Maurice, Beth Phoenix, or Nikki Bella? I'm gonna say
it's between Nikki or AJ.
I think it's Nikki. I'm gonna lock it in with Nikki. And let's see here. Nikki Bella. It is Nikki Bella. Look at that. So altogether we got 7 wrong. So out of 30 questions, 23 correct. Not too shabby, you know. We managed to hold out pretty well. If you guys have any other content that you want us to go ahead and take quizzes for or answer or any of the following, please go ahead and let us know. We love to go ahead and react to it. Absolutely. It's a lot of fun. And, we just want to go ahead and keep making great content for you guys. No doubt about it. So, Cody, please let the people know where they can find you, my friend.
You can find me over on my Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it nowadays, at Judgment Day Era. You can find me over on my YouTube, where I'm going to be posting gaming soon at Judgment Day Era as well. And you can find me over on my Instagram at Cody_Onidi_316.
Absolutely. And you can go ahead and find me on this channel. That's right. It's the Jake Countdown and DeMarco YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're turning on notifications, because we're going to be live for all upcoming WWE PLE show reviews. You're not going to want to miss it. So again, thank you for tuning in. Follow me on Twitter at Countdown Ended.
And for those 7 wrong, me and Jake will have a talk after this.
Yeah, find me on Twitter and tell me how terrible I did, and tell Cody that he's awesome for saving me on that quiz there. Thank you guys so much. Stay sexy, and as always, we'll see you next time.